Okay, this could be one of my favorite segments of the year. The Infatuation is out with its best new restaurants list. Join us right now to discuss the list, what's trending in dining. It's all expense account for you. All expense account. Paul Needham is here, CEO of the Infatuation, which, by the way, is part of J.P. Morgan Chase. I don't know if you knew that.
Thank you.
So let's hear about the top places that I can't get a reservation at.
Well, thank you for having me. Great to be back. And first of all, because you mentioned J.P. Morgan Chase, Chase Sapphire Reserve card members now have exclusive reservations at select open table restaurants.
See, he's already...
So check those out. But Best New Restaurants is the culmination of our whole year of work. So our team visited 5,000 restaurants this year, all over the country and in London. And we're looking not just at what are the very best, but also what are the trends that we're seeing. And so certainly one thing that we saw all this year was just the explosion of super fancy pastries, cinnamon rolls getting creative.
I see you have that here. You're trying to tempt me.
You were early
trying to tempt fate.
Andrew was early.
This is hard
with the carbs here. This is going to be difficult.
To get this crowd to try some pastries is a high bar.
So this is good. I'll be digging into this. Okay, but what is the price point?
Where are those from?
These are from Birdie in Brooklyn. And interestingly, Birdie is started by the guys from Crown Shy, which is one of the big kind of downtown fine dining spots. And so we're seeing not just the customer gravitate to these kind of elevated small luxuries, but also some of the chefs really want.
Well, what's the price point of this? I feel like I'm going to have to get a second mortgage for one of these
you're
things.
definitely seeing pastries push up. We have one of our trends that we point to this year. We have an $11 matcha topped with banana pudding.
But this thing's got to be $20, right?
No, a little lower than that.
A little lower than that? Okay.
But I think the customer, like people might be pulling back in one area of their life and then at the same time wanting to treat themselves to small luxuries.
Okay, are we going to do
I'm
like
not going to go on vacation, but I'll buy a $12 pastry.
You're the one who's like
Are we going to go David Letterman style top 10? Or are we going to go down 5? Are we going to start at 5 and go down to 1? How do you want to do this?
You want to do well, we have the best in the country, but we also have the best in New York, and we have the best in every city. So
I want to know best in the country. Top 5 best in the country.
So we'll hit that. I also want to talk, while we're talking about these trends, pizza, a huge trend all over the country this year. Pizza, obviously, New York, Chicago, Detroit, we've been talking about forever. But we're seeing in our best new restaurants all over the country, pizza restaurants.
By the way, I just saw the logo. Is it CER?
Series.
Series. Everybody's talking about this.
Series. So these are, again, 11 Madison Park alums, downtown. It is a very pricey pie. You get the whole pie.
How much is a pie?
I saw their clam pie, which is like a play on New Haven, was like $70 for a pie.
$70 for a pie.
But it's the high-quality ingredients.
What's the line like there? Can I get in?
Yeah, you can. That's not. I mean, you're getting a whole pie. Chrissy's in Brooklyn, kind of same idea, really high-quality pie. When that first opened, a lot of buzz. But now, like, kind of a reasonable thing. So pizza, Jules in San Francisco is one of our favorites. Fratesi's in Miami. And definitely seeing pizza kind of head all over the country and not just be a New York phenomenon.
Clam pie.
Well, that's a New Haven.
That's a New Haven thing. It's a big deal. Oh no, it's really good. Trust me.
And if you guys are worried about,
you can have clam ice cream. You can have clam.
No, I had lobster ice cream. It was horrible.
That same partnership we have with Open Table. You get a $300 annual credit at select Open Table restaurants for Chase Sapphire Reserve card members. So make sure to check
I know
that
about
out.
this. I have one of these cards, and I need to use that.
Get your $300.
But everybody here knows I'm so cheap. I'm trying to find every last way to get every last thing. Okay, so what are the best restaurants that we should
So in
go
New
to?
York, our number one restaurant is Smithereens, which is a fish-forward restaurant downtown. I think one that you guys would like is Borgo, which is on 27th. A great kind of Italian restaurant. The tables are spaced out. It's got a really civilized dining room. And one thing that's interesting, I was talking to the team at Borgo a couple weeks ago. They're doing a great lunch business. So they're kind of 27th Park Avenue South. And with the return to office and everything happening, they're doing 2 turns at lunch.
Is there a power lunch in New York City anymore?
I don't know that the 3-hour martini lunch, unless Joe's free to head to the grill with me later. Like, I don't know that people are having the 3-hour martini lunch.
But like, you remember the Four Seasons? People went to the Four Seasons and they would stay there for 2, and it was like a thing.
But you didn't have your phone.
That's true.
I mean, other than you guys, like, who could just put their phone down for 3 hours and enjoy lunch?
And you had a liver.
We can't even stay off our phone for this segment.
So it's not. But what about power breakfast? Here we are. We're having breakfast with people like you.
I think what I was trying to get at with Borgo, I think one thing we're definitely seeing is hours expanding.
Okay.
So when you came out of the pandemic, a lot of restaurants weren't open 7 days a week. They weren't open much beyond dinner. And now we're seeing definitely 7 days a week. We're seeing dinner now start as early as 4 o'clock with dinner service, a lot of happy hour specials, places wanting to cater to the folks who are back in the office. And then also with wellness and everything else, people might want to eat a little early. And so we're seeing hours explode. Definitely more lunch options, breakfast options in the big downtowns. And San Francisco, one other quick plug, absolutely one of the best dining scenes in the country this year. Our highest number of best new restaurants, kind of top-rated restaurants, are in San Francisco. And it's been really nice. Our team there, Patrick, Julia, and Taylor, have done a great job kind of chronicling the rise of the San Francisco dining scene all year. And Jewel's Pizza, which I mentioned earlier, was probably my favorite restaurant of the year.
Any others that we need to know about? Any far field?
I would say Nashville. Like, I would definitely, as you're making your way across the country, the dining scene in Nashville has really kind of...
What about just price point? What's going on? I mean, we're talking about this is expensive stuff, but what's a expensive, or not even expensive, but some of these places you're talking about, what's dinner cost these days?
We have our editor-in-chief, Arden Shore, put a joke in one of the, as we now see pasta pomodoro hit $30, like, how do people think about dining out? And I think, again, I talked about the open table credit that we have for $300 for Sapphire Reserve card members. And I think also when we talk about pastries, when we talk about pizza, giving people these small indulgences. So to Becky's point, like, you might not want to go out to a big omakase or a big tasting menu, but you still want to treat yourself and offer yourself something.
In an age of GLP-1s, how has this changed? No, really, I wonder about that.
I think the other is folks drinking less. So I think if you're a restaurateur and you can't rely on your wine list anymore as much, you're selling mocktails instead of cocktails. Now, folks are charging a pretty penny for a mocktail, but you're doing mocktails instead of cocktails, the wine list, and then maybe folks aren't ordering that steak for two. That's definitely a factor that we hear a lot about from restaurateurs.